Boys and girls, what a divisional round of playoffs. Wow. There wasn't a bad game. There wasn't one bad game.
That was the best divisional round I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Boys.
I agree.
Everybody that watched those games this past weekend, just know that everybody witnessed history.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon that you will never see a better week of football in your
That's
lifetime.
Well, here's the
That was
thing, though,
nice.
because all of these people, well, maybe not Aaron Rodgers, but these are young quarterbacks, man. We're going to be seeing this for years
Not
to
Brady.
come, dude.
Not Brady.
Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow, he's going to be thrown in the mix over there in the AFC. They're some young guys.
Ryan
man.
Tannehill.
I'm going to be excited. No.
Well, there's a reason why they lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to say it was his fault, but hey.
Derrick Henry did not have
No.
a spectacular game.
He was rusty.
Foreman had the biggest run in the game.
He was rusty. Not good. Burrow got sacked 9 times.
Yep.
They still won.
Yeah, which in Cincinnati, man, going into the AFC championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs, you cannot let Joe Burrow get sacked 9 times. If you do, you will lose that game.
Yep.
Hands down, you will lose that game.
I'm shocked that they won against the Titans, honestly, with how many times he got sacked. But, I mean,
Tannehill throwing them picks.
dang. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
The first play of the game was a pick.
Yep.
First play coming from half was a pick.
Yep.
The last play of the game was a pick. So
yeah, I did not see the Bengals winning that game, but, hey, they did it, 19-16. It was a close one, but
Yeah.
at the same
All
time,
of
it
them.
wasn't that close. I feel like the Bengals, like...
It wasn't?
I feel like besides Joe Burrow getting sacked,
they had
they
to kick
played
a field
better.
goal to win.
Yeah, I know.
That's as close as you get.
Yeah.
It was pretty close.
It was a pretty close game.
It was close.
Unless you win by a
close game.
safety.
I just
Um,
that's just the facts.
so Joe Burrow had a really good game. He didn't throw.
Yeah.
He didn't even throw for a touchdown pass, but he had a really good game.
350 yards or something like that.
Yeah, like 350 yards with no touchdowns, which is
Yeah,
kind of weird.
kinda
But
crazy.
hey, the Bengals are exciting, man. The
Yeah.
Bengals are exciting. Do they have a chance versus the Chiefs? I'm not going to rule them out.
I'm not going to rule them out.
Absolutely
It's tough that they already faced them and they already beat them this season. You've seen how dynamic that 2-minute offense is. I honestly think if you're the Bengals, you want the ball like last. Like you want to have to be put in a situation like you were in the regular season where you have to make the drive to get on the field to beat the Chiefs.
The Chiefs proved
13
that like
seconds, dude.
yeah,
13
they
seconds.
proved that like if
That's
you
nuts.
give us the ball, you're screwed.
Yeah.
like
Honestly.
I don't think there's
Honestly.
anything. I don't know. I feel like after that game, I feel like they have the best shot to win the Super
yeah.
Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well, because technically the Bills had the number 1 ranked defense going
Yeah.
into the game,
Yeah.
and
They
they
did.
did absolutely nothing.
Missed
Yeah.
Trey White, man.
They
Yeah.
did. Yeah, the main problem from what I seen, they couldn't get to Patrick Mahomes behind the line of scrimmage.
Patrick Mahomes had
Patrick
50
Mahomes, the
seconds.
way that he moved around in the pocket was the best I've ever seen possibly anybody. I mean,
Josh Allen was doing the same crap.
oh, he definitely. I mean, they both had. That was the best quarterback like 1v1 performance I might have ever seen. Like
Yeah.
truthfully, like
Oh, yeah.
that was
No turnovers.
Unreal. That
Well,
was
the thing-
unreal.
yeah,
There's
there
no
were-
penalties.
And they,
Yeah.
the thing
Fuck
is,
two.
like, those guys put the teams on their back. Like, you know for a fact if Josh Allen wasn't there, the Bills would have got wiped.
Oh, yeah. For
They
sure.
would have got wiped.
Yeah. But I
Like,
mean, honestly, that's been a lot of the games this season where you have to rely on Josh Allen, and we talked about how that's going to come and bite them in the butt. And unfortunately, it kind of did here because their number 1 ranked defense couldn't stop Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
They had 3 opportunities to stop him, and they couldn't do it.
I said it and I still stick with it. I think that game is going to be better than the Super Bowl. I think that was the best game.
That was
all
a
season.
fantastic game.
I mean, people are already saying that's one of the best games they've ever watched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that
hands
was
down.
probably
25
the
points in under
best
2
game
minutes.
I've ever watched that wasn't one of the Steelers Super Bowl games.
And
I-
the thing that was awesome too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I was just saying, I went into this game expecting that, and
Yeah.
it was everything. It met it and more.
Oh, for sure. And the thing too is, it was such a chess match. Like you watched them, the first half went by like it was nothing.
Yeah.
and it was
It was
like they
one
were playing,
possession apiece.
Yeah. Exactly. They were playing it slow. They were doing exactly how they wanted to do. It's monotonous to watch, but it took time off the clock, and then you just seen how explosive they could be in that last quarter. They could do anything they wanted to on that
Yep.
field.
And people are complaining about the overtime rules. Look,
Hey, that's the rules.
I get it, but look, Patrick Mahomes, same thing happened to him against the Patriots.
Yeah.
They went in overtime, and it was based off a coin flip. Brady got the ball, touchdown.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, though, those rules are going to get changed after this year.
What do you want to do? Give them each a possession?
I was thinking about it a little
Sudden
bit.
death? Like,
I mean, some people are saying just go to college football rules. I mean, what if you just at least allowed each team to have a possession? So if the Chiefs score a touchdown, then the Bills have to go down and they have to
And I'd
score a
be fine with
touchdown.
that.
At least
Yeah.
let each team touch the ball one time. Because
that's like what was it? The XFL. They had that. Wasn't their overtime rules like that? And it was like really good and everyone liked it.
Yeah, they did something crazy. It was like you could go for like 3 points, 2 points, or 1 point. I know that.
But
I don't know if
you
that
can't-
played in the overtime
your
rules.
defense needs to step up. Like, you can't just blame it all on that, though. You know what I mean? It's like
I just thought of an overtime thing at the top of my head right now. This might
Don't
be
say it now.
stupid,
Say
but
it. Say it.
Tease it.
tease it.
Yeah, and if they like it, we'll do a video on it.
This is just gonna sound stupid.
Okay.
I just tease it without saying anything.
I know
Now
what
let me
you
just say it because this is probably gonna be stupid. Each team starts from their own 25-yard line.
Okay. Their
First-
own 25-yard line.
Yeah, so they have
Okay.
75
Yeah.
yards to get.
Okay.
They have their 4 downs, whatever. Say neither team scores a touchdown. Whatever team makes it downfield further wins.
So
No ties.
Superstar KO rules.
So if
yeah, it's tug of war.
Yeah.
tug of war. Well, kind of. They should just play tug of war back and forth. One possession. They start on the 50. One possession each,
That's-
back and forth,
Yeah, I mean,
That's
that'd be
until
Superstar
what
KO.
one team scores a
That's
touchdown.
literally Superstar KO.
The only problem with that is the amount of time that would take for the offenses
the
and defenses to
NFL
get
is not
back.
going to do that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be
I don't think
sick,
it would
though.
do that.
That'd be
It would be
sick.
cool.
All right, let's talk about San Fran and the Packers. That was a low-scoring game this week, 13 to 10.
I told you.
Aw.
Y'all called me a fool. I told you Aaron Rodgers is a fraud. I told you in the postseason. No, Joe, you're crazy. Oh, he's back-to-back MVP. There's no way. He's due.
Well, now that it's
Now
all
he's sitting on his couch.
All right. Well, now that's all over with. So why do you hate Aaron Rodgers so much? You can get it out.
It's not even the fact that I hate him. I just hate how much crap I get for saying they're going to lose. And you guys, everyone's like, no, this year's different. This
Actually-
year's different.
Actually,
How?
what happened was when the game ended, or I think it was whenever they got that special teams touchdown, Joe
fumble.
literally jumped off the couch, both hands up, and he went, "Yes, yes!" And he goes, "Oh, I can't wait to go in the war room and talk about this."
Because, dude, like I said, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he blames everybody. I'm not the biggest fan of
does.
him. But
He
the
does.
biggest
He
thing
does.
is how everybody's so blind of him in the postseason.
It just
everybody blind.
Yes, but going into the postseason, like they look like they were the best team.
And they've
Yeah.
done that. As I've been saying, they always do
It's like-
that.
It's just so hard to overlook that because they look like they're the
but
best.
they do it
team.
over and over and over again, and people just ignore it.
So
I don't understand it.
I think
And
Aaron
boom,
Rodgers'
there you go.
biggest issue was he only went to Devontae Adams or Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
That was literally all he did that entire game. And
yeah.
Dude, people say, oh, it's the Packers defense. Like, Aaron Rodgers can't win if they're putting up like 44 points or so. Packers defense showed up. What's his excuse now? I guess
Yeah,
special
showed
teams
up.
now. I guess special teams is his excuse.
I mean,
Like,
he doesn't really have an excuse
No.
because they didn't score.
Exactly.
They really didn't.
He did throw one touchdown pass.
people are upset about the special teams coordinator, I guess.
Yeah.
All season he's been like bad,
well,
and
hey.
Packers fans are upset about it. But like,
Anything to push the
I
blame
don't
on somebody else.
yeah,
Well, that's what's happening.
that's
truthfully.
what it
There you
sounds
go,
like,
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers.
Hey, I'll give Joe credit though. To
No,
be
yeah,
honest,
absolutely. Yeah, you do
Like,
deserve that.
I wasn't counting the 49ers out, but I thought for sure if I had one lock, it was going to be the Packers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's 0-3 against. It's like, you want to talk about when somebody has
I
somebody's
did see
number.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Aaron Rodgers is like, oh, they're going to regret not taking me. Which, granted, yeah, if you could go back, I'm sure they would still want him rather than what they have. But beat him in the playoffs, dude, if you're that mad about it.
All right, so what's our take on Aaron Rodgers coming back to Green Bay?
He's
what are
not-
you
he's
saying?
not.
No,
He doesn't want to do a
I
rebuild.
don't
No.
think so.
I just
no.
don't see it.
I'll give him like 25% chance.
really
Yeah.
that low.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just,
I think
ju-
the-
just
I think
the,
that's generous.
the ongoing same story that we keep on getting, it has to. It's built up to a maximum.
Their
We-
salary cap is
yeah.
not good.
Now-
Devontae Adams
Yeah.
once paid.
Yeah.
Now, what do we think
He's gone
the
too.
chances of him retiring are?
I don't think he's going to retire.
I think there is a
No.
chance of that.
I can't see him
Because
retiring.
what he's 36, 37?
It
36,
depends.
I think,
It depends
maybe.
who. I mean, obviously, I feel like any team would want him. I feel like if there's a chance he could go to the Colts, I feel like he would take that in a heartbeat. But if he goes to some team that doesn't have a good offensive line or doesn't have the pieces, I don't think he's going to want to do it.
The Colts just line up so much with how much he talks to McAfee. Like
I know.
we just
I
come
know.
up with our own
I
theory,
know.
dude. We
I
need to come
know.
up with our own theory.
Yeah.
I know. No, genuinely.
It just
yeah.
seems so likely.
Yeah.
It-
I mean, it's a
don't know.
perfect fit for him.
Yeah, I don't
honestly.
even know if anybody are talking about the Colts or
The thing
what
is,
people are
though,
talking
I just
about
don't know
yet.
how good he's going to do with other receivers, unless Devontae comes with him.
Yeah.
I could
That's
see
the other
Devontae
thing,
going.
though. Like
It could.
him going there brings
Yeah.
other people there. So if
I
he
know.
wants a receiver, he'll probably get the top guys
Yeah.
as long as they can
Yep.
afford to
Yep.
get him.
So that's the thing. I feel like if Aaron Rodgers isn't there, the Packers are going to look like a much different team next
Yep.
year. Like
Oh,
they're going to
yeah.
look like a shell of themselves,
Yep.
kind of like
Mhm.
Seattle this year.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Yep.
Oh, probably even worse. I mean, they definitely.
I don't want to throw Jordan Love completely under the bus.
Well, yeah,
and say
yeah,
he can't do
we would have to
anything,
see
'cause
what
he
he would, yeah.
And that division's not the greatest. And Kirk
No.
Cousins might not be there next year.
That's
like,
true.
Yeah.
I mean, that division's going to be
All right.
interesting
Dang,
next
yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's-
that'll be weird though, because if Rodgers leaves, you would assume that the Vikings would do everything to keep Kirk Cousins, even though there's a question mark about that.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
they, I'm not gonna say they'd be the favorite, but they definitely
they
have
should be. I
They
think
should be.
Honestly, I
They
feel like that
should
would be a battle between the Vikings and Detroit, as weird as it is to say, more than the Bears.
So
Could
like
be.
the
Could be.
Packers do have like a
Genuinely.
pretty good roster like around Aaron Rodgers, but like Aaron Rodgers has been holding the team together
and that's
for
the
a
thing.
while now.
Who knows who leaves after that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, the salary cap's not good. They can't pay everybody.
So unless
Yeah.
if Jordan Love is something crazy, something special.
Packers
Yes.
fans, hold on. It might get a little rough.
let us know what you
Might get
Packers
a little
fans
rough.
think about everything. The game, what's to come.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear it.
Let's talk about the Bucks and the Rams. Though. Talk about almost a
I
comeback.
was about to be like, this is
Wow.
rigged.
Yeah.
I kid you. Because, come on.
That's what people were saying.
Like, how did they just come back? And Stafford had a good game. Cam
Yeah.
Akers fumbled twice.
Yeah.
Cooper
fumbles.
Kupp fumbled.
Yeah.
They snapped it over Stafford's head.
Hey, Cooper Kupp made it up though. They came up clutch at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
and did what they had to do.
I was getting flashbacks to the Patriots Falcons Super Bowl, and I was like, they went into the half 27-3.
That's what it was
and then
27-3. I know.
fourth quarter,
They
it's
rig
like
it for
27.
Tom Brady. Yeah,
Yep.
Tom Brady's.
I said that to
freaking-
Tom. I was like, how many times are they going to
hate
bring
that
this
guy.
up, the Falcons thing?
Were they talking about it?
They
brought
brought
it
up
up.
like once or twice,
okay.
but like I just couldn't believe that. I could not. They did not look good the entire game.
Yep.
At all.
I don't know. Well, like,
The Rams,
no
they missed a field goal.
explanation.
It was short. It looked like it was money, and it was just short. I'm like, this is rigged. What is happening right now?
Yeah, it was a 47-yard field goal. It wasn't even like
It was short.
super long for
Yeah.
Like they don't miss kicks like that. Short.
Cam Akers fumbled on like
short.
the 2-yard
Line.
line. I'm just. That
So-
game, that was insane.
So now it's the Rams and 49ers.
You beat them twice already.
You have the 49ers in the Super Bowl. You have the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
So one of you two are going to be right about one of them.
Yeah.
You have the Bills. They obviously didn't make it.
Hey, let me talk about the Bills for a second. Just for a
gosh.
quick second.
Oh, gosh.
I have never been more emotionally distraught for a team that wasn't my Pittsburgh Steelers in my
know.
entire
Did
life.
that have anything to do
That
with that
act-
bet you had?
Maybe a little bit, but oh, dude, I don't know. There was something that like
You were
I was.
actually upset.
Yeah.
Oh, dog, I was out on the floor for probably like 15, 20 minutes,
See,
probably.
yeah.
I was
Just
happy.
I
just
didn't want
'cause
to talk to
I
anybody.
had a bet, and I won it because I picked all the games. I was like, I like these picks. I'm putting it in a bet, and I won. So that's why I was
Yeah.
happy. Honestly, I didn't care who won that game.
So,
Like,
Let's a little bit of context. You placed a bet at the beginning of the
So
season.
I placed a bet at the beginning of the season. It was a $50 bet to like essentially win $700. I got 50 of my bucks back, whatever. But I was okay. Here's the context. I was a legitimate, true believer in the Bills, like 100%. I'm telling everybody all week, Bills are winning. Now I kind of look like an idiot a little bit, maybe not too much because they competed really well.
Yeah.
4th and 13, I could have cashed out for $60. It was 4th and 13. The game looked like it was over. I freaking held my nuts. I said, you know what? No, we're going for it. And they score a touchdown, and then I'm going crazy. It was a great game. I don't want the result for me was terrible. And I don't even know, obviously the bet that I made at the beginning of the season, I want to be right and all that. I don't know how much I played in. I feel like I'm turning into a little bit of a Bills fan now. They
Hey,
might
I
be
like
my
the Bills.
second favorite
Genuinely.
team.
Here's
I
the
like the
thing.
Bills.
I love Josh Allen. Seeing him in that game,
Yeah.
looking like people are saying Cam Newton, like a prime Cam Newton. I think he
hate
could
that.
throw. I don't like
heard
that
too,
either.
and I didn't like
I don't
that.
like it
I didn't
either.
like that.
His throwing ability, in my opinion, is way better than what Cam
Yeah,
Newton's
I
was.
agree.
Well, the way he was-
Rushing,
The way
sure.
he was able to escape the pocket and just make plays. I mean,
Right,
it's
which is
just
something that Cam Newton could do
for a
in
year.
his
yeah.
prime. Like they said prime.
Yeah.
They said
I don't
prime.
care what they said. That's
I,
crazy.
The thing is, if that was any other team other than the Chiefs, the Bills are winning that game. Any other team.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know, because it's such
If
a
you
good
showed me the Bills
performance.
stat before going into that game, I'd be like, oh man, they're winning. And
That
Yeah.
that was the battle of a century. If you like you said, if you witnessed that, you literally witnessed history.
Stephon Diggs,
Gabriel
huge disappointment.
Davis.
Yeah, he
4 touchdown. I didn't know who Gabriel Davis was before that game, and he got 4 touchdowns.
He's like their
200
fourth string receiver.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't
Yeah.
know how that happened.
But
Questionable calls on both teams though. Like one thing people were saying was the kickoff. He shouldn't have kicked it out
Out of bounds.
out.
Yeah.
Which that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is though, if these squib kick it, if you fall on it, no time, maybe a second would come off, which is still a second, but like,
And they get more yards.
That's true. That is true.
and that's true too. Like, what if they squib kicked it and someone like one of the front line got it and it was on like the 40-yard
Yeah.
line to begin
I mean,
with?
that's also true. What if you kind of sky kicked it in the air and made sure it didn't go into the end zone?
Here's the thing.
The clock
you could
wouldn't-
fair catch it.
punt
You
on
could
it?
Yeah.
fair catch it. I know the field might be longer, depending on where it was.
Fair catch it on the 10 and
Or there
make
could
you
have
get
been a mental
90?
mistake where someone caught it and just started running, which would have been bad.
I mean, yeah, it's easier to look back now. I did kind of question it because Tony Romo mentioned it whenever
I
it
didn't
happened. I
ha-
was like,
I
yeah,
just-
that kind of makes sense because if they would have just kicked it off and they had to ran, they would have
Remember,
maybe
the clock
run
doesn't
3-4
start running
seconds
until
off.
someone touches the ball. So like,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know. I think they were scared because of that Tyreek Hill punt return. Like they were like
And I get
scared
that.
about
Tyreek
that.
wasn't even
and-
back there, was
Yeah,
he?
I don't think he was.
which
Might
is
not
an
think it
Hardman.
was,
I don't know.
but-
But another question: the Chiefs. You guys are 3rd and 1, and for some reason you have Pat Mahomes and like.
Yeah, Travis
the-
Kelsey at
What was
quarterback.
that? What was that?
To
That
be
was
fair,
so.
that was a good play design.
I hate you got
I-
3rd and 1. You need to give it to Patrick Mahomes, who's been making plays all
Yeah,
day.
he couldn't be stopped.
Like, why did it? That was such a dumb play
You're
call.
talking about the snap. That wasn't even Kelsey.
No, it was some backup.
that was
I don't know
Ray.
what
I
that
think-
was.
I think it
I
was
thought you
Ray.
meant. I thought you
Ray.
meant that pass to
Oh
Kelsey.
no.
That's what I thought
No.
you were talking
that,
about.
Like
That-
you got the best player right there on the field, and
Yeah.
you didn't.
It was, but I also think they were up and they were like, if we get a field goal here, we're not upset with it. I don't know.
I don't know.
It-
That was so questionable.
It definitely was, but
like both teams played out of their mind, and then there's just some calls like that where you're like,
See, it's just stuff
what?
like that. It's such an easy read because I think you just handed off to Pringle right after
Yeah,
that,
it was
right?
just bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
don't
Well,
know.
it was like a read option kind of. I
it
mean,
was, yeah.
I mean, that's what the Kansas City Chiefs are. You see them do that stuff every single game.
wanna
That's
see
that's
him-
just what they are.
I want to see him go to Patrick Mahomes because you mentioned Patrick Mahomes is butt naked because obviously no one thought it was going to go to Mahomes, but like that's a play where you
And
dump it to Mahomes for a little bit.
last time they ran that play where Travis Kelsey threw the touchdown.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes like after the game was like, "Oh, I'm mad he didn't hit me. I was wide open." Of course, that was against the
I don't
Steelers.
see how the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl, just because all these other teams have been just making mistakes. That was the cleanest game between the Chiefs and Bills. Like
Oh, for sure, easily.
I've never seen
The
something like
Bills,
that.
That's why you can't count them out.
dude. The
No.
Bills had the best playoff run I think I've ever seen, and like not won the Super Bowl. Like what? The first game they had a perfect game with
Oh,
no
yeah.
turnovers. It
Oh,
was a
yeah.
touchdown every single drive.
Yeah.
This game, absolute insanity, and like they still. They said Josh Allen threw 9 touchdowns in 2 games, and he's still and he's losing. Like he's losing against the Chiefs right
which
now.
is the record in a whole postseason was 11. So he would have
Right.
had 2 more games to get
Which
2
is
touchdowns.
insane.
I respect Patrick Mahomes, but after that game, dude, my level for him is even like.
Yeah.
For Mahomes?
Yeah,
The
I mean,
way he was just able to
I
get-
think he was so good, but after this game,
Well,
I'm just
I
like,
know, well, the
dude,
way-
that's a whole new animal, man. That's
l-
insane to me.
Just look at what was it, the
13
first
seconds.
drive where he's running, putting the team on his back
Yeah.
that way,
Yeah.
50 yards on the first drive to score a touchdown.
Yep.
He was going in and out, weaving out of defensive linemen in the pocket, looking cool and calm the whole
Yeah.
time, and
Yep.
nobody could touch him.
Yep.
Nobody could touch
That
him. And
was-
that's stuff you see Lamar Jackson doing.
Well, the thing is too, like
I
that
just-
one play that was a touchdown where he's like running backwards, and then it looks like he turns around and just throws it in the air, and somehow it's a touchdown.
that was
Yeah,
Pringle,
that was-
Pringle just
watching-
went up and
yeah.
snagged it.
That was
Watching the
insane.
replay, like Pringle was open at first, but that looked so dangerous, and
insane.
somehow it's just like, all right, easy touchdown.
I mean, like I said, I always thought he was so good, but after this, I'm just like, man,
The way-
I've never seen something like that.
The way he just was able to stay, like, he would back up and he could just stay in the back for as long as he wanted. Like no one could touch him.
Are you getting robbed right now? I thought we were
But-
about to get mugged.
Look, Josh Allen thought he had the game like 3 times.
Well, I
Yep.
mean,
Rightfully so.
Yep.
yeah.
But even when the Chiefs or the Bills scored, I know how excited you got. I looked at Logan, though. I'm like, dude, there's a minute or so or 2 minutes left. I'm like, come on. You really think the
well, I
Chiefs
think
aren't
that
going to
just the fact
score?
that- I mean, just the fact that they scored
Yeah, you're
was.
right.
Yeah, right,
Was that
but
the
then-
fourth down one? Was
Yeah,
that the fourth
that was
down
whenever
one?
the Bills scored first. Yeah, when there was like
Yeah.
a minute left or something like that.
But
Yeah,
then-
because I mean, obviously they
But
don't
then
score.
Tyreek
it's over.
Hill gets a touchdown with his little peace sign, and I'm like, there's a minute left. The Bills are scoring here. There's
Yep.
no way they're not scoring
Yep.
here.
Yep.
And they score, and there's 13 seconds left, and
That's when I was like, no.
I didn't think so either.
I was
I
like,
thought
no.
at 13 seconds, I was like, I don't
No,
know.
not that.
And he did it like it was
That's
nothing.
insane. That what?
Here's
Oh.
here's the problem. Okay, Both of these teams were playing incredibly aggressive all game. You see them go for it on fourth down.
Remember in the NFC Championship where like Bills were just settling for field goals, and we're like, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
This time,
Yeah.
This time they came out first drive, went for it twice, and
which
got
I
it.
respect. Yeah,
Yep.
look where it got them.
Yep.
You know,
But then on the final 2 plays, it got so conservative. There were people backed up 30 yards.
exactly.
Too
So
can't
just
do
so
that.
Tyreek Hill wouldn't beat him over top.
Yep, you
Yep.
can't do that because again, you just let up 50 or 30 yards, behind or in front of you guys.
And then
you
the
can't do
biggest
that.
problem was McDermott called a timeout after they gained a couple yards to the pass to Tyreek Hill right
That was
away
on
with
third-
13 seconds
yeah,
with
yeah.
13 seconds left.
Yeah.
They called a timeout. You figured they were going to make an adjustment to not let the same exact thing happen
They
again.
did.
But they did the same defensive call and they backed everybody off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very good offensive play calling on both sides. The defense is where I think each team
Dude, the
kind of screwed a
defense,
little bit.
Kansas City missed Honey Badger. I don't think all those
Yeah.
touchdowns would have happened with him in
Mhm.
there,
Yeah.
but we would never know. And then Bills missed Tre'Davious White.
And I mean,
that's
Again, I haven't heard any information, but I assume he's coming back. It was just
I hope.
concussion protocol. We'll see.
Yeah.
they need him.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with going
Jamar
up against
Chase
the
and
Bengals.
Higgins and Boyd and
There's
Yeah.
so many weapons right there that you
Mm.
can go over the top with, and they love doing it. You see it
Mhm.
how many times Jamar Chase almost has a huge long touchdown run every
Mhm.
game. So
Mhm.
like I don't know, it's exciting. I'm really excited for this rematch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they showed the clip of after the regular season game, Patrick Mahomes saying, "Oh, we'll see you in the playoffs," and
Yeah.
now we get to see him in the playoffs
Yeah.
again. So
All right. Do we want to give our picks this video, or do we want to save it for another one?
oh, we'll do another video
Gotta
for that.
save it.
Another
Gotta
video?
Save it.
All right, you got to
Have to.
subscribe because we're going to be giving our picks in an upcoming video, talking more about these upcoming playoff games this Sunday. Final 2. We're going to see who's going to be in the Super Bowl after this
exciting.
Sunday.
It's exciting and sad.
yeah,
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 this
we're
has
doing it.
been one of the greatest seasons. I mean,
I agree.
hands down.
Yeah, I agree.
Hands down.
All right, see you next one.
Peace.
We out.